Test 1, 2. FYNTV.com, Facebook, YouTube, everything under the above.
Donald! Help me, Donald! Get us back! Get us back! I don't care what happens to Hillary! Get America back to honoring family again! Help us, Donald, please! Please! Make America great again! Make America great again! Make America great again! Please, God, help Donald Trump make America great again!
It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. Yet some kids are protesting while Trump fans investing their time with good cheer. Sing, it's the most wonderful time in 8 years. It's the happiest voting season of all. With each staff member, Trump picks Democrats up to their old tricks. just trashing them all. But it's the happiest election season of all. There'll be one party hosting, all three branches toasting, but how low now will the press go? They'll spin misguided stories trying to steal Trump's glory from a playbook written long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. There'll be much more enjoyment, a lot less unemployment, 'cause Trump will be near. It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. Hillary's party's not hosting, they're no longer toasting.
Beyonce, Kanye, cop killers, racists, and the Muslim Brotherhood.
They ignored true stories of Hillary, who wasn't sorry for her crimes now and long ago. Now it's the most wonderful time in 8 years. We'll deport all the criminals, taxes will be minimal, bad trade deals disappear. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time, oh, the most wonderful time in 8 years.
Hey, good Monday morning. Good Monday morning. It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. I had to do that, folks. I enjoyed that. I keep playing that over and over. And then one of our viewers sent me a message that said, "You've got to start the show with that." And I said, "You know what? Okay, let's do it." It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. It's going to be a regular Ella J. Let me make sure I get this right today. It's going to be a regular Ella J. Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, 706-889-9700, or chief at veterannews.com. Let's see what we got here. Wait a minute. I turned my volume off. Now, Cole, this is what it's going to be today.
Kerfuffle.
It's going to be a real Ella J.
Kerfuffle.
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 Yeah, a real Ella J. kerfuffle. It's going to be a commotion or a fuss, especially one caused by conflicting views. Yeah, it's a real Ella J. Let me get this right.
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
Is that going to be on my vocabulary test?
Yes, that's on your vocabulary test, Cole. It's a real Ella J. kerfuffle today. A commotion or a fuss, especially one caused by conflicting views. Now, folks, I have put a lot of stuff on Twitter. There, not just Donald Trump, I have. Now, how you got to tell me when you have all the tweets and stuff. So you need to get to work, because I know we had some setbacks this morning. So you don't need to be, we had a couple minor setbacks. So you need to tell me when you have certain things ready to go. Okay there, Big Cole? All right. Anyhow, I have been tweeting away all morning long, posting stuff on Facebook. We are going to, at 9 o'clock, if you've tuned in this morning, we're going to, at 9 o'clock, we're going to start looking at, there's a week away. Saturday was the early voting, Saturday voting. There's a week away from Georgia State Senate 54 special election. We're going to start looking at that 9 o'clock. I got some questions. No matter where you're at this morning, this story is of interest, whether you're in Florida, whether you're, no matter where you're at. Georgia State Senate seat 54 special election. I'm going to look at that at 9 o'clock. We're going to get our Ella J. kerfuffle well on its way, okay? What do you have the one I have ready that says, Cole, that I sent you about the, let me see, the one, the winner loser video. All right, whenever you have the winner loser video, that's the name of it.
Okay.
Let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right, because I want to know that, because you know, there's a lot of talk about Donald Trump, Kellyanne Conway, they're being sore winners. Not sore losers, sore winners. Okay, yes, I know. The one China policy. There's panic in Shanghai this morning. Panic in Shanghai. The media, a phone call from the president of Taiwan. Now, what you understand is China does not recognize, we don't have time to go all morning long into this. China does not recognize Taiwan, their independence, okay? Now, they don't recognize it, okay? So there's what we call a one China policy, okay? Nixon started it, a one China policy where there's only one China and we don't recognize it. So, you know, Donald Trump thought he was tweeting China won. No, I'm serious. That is going to be, here's what's hilarious. People out there busy today, Christmas shopping, are going to hear one China and they're going to look over and see a China one buffet and say, oh, that reminds me. I'm serious, folks. You know, panic in Shanghai. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe the Dalai Lama can go in through the front door at the White House when Trump. You remember they had the pictures of the Dalai Lama going past because, you know, they didn't want to recognize the Dalai Lama going through the front door. Remember he had to go past the garbage cans there in the back door of the White House. Let's sneak old Dalai Lama in the back door here, you know, and let's not upset China. For no reason should we stand up to anybody. See, folks, that is switch. We've not done a 360 because a 360 would put you right back where you're at. We've done a 180, okay? We have not been respected by basically anyone in the world. And China has pushed every point they possibly can and dared us in every way they possibly can. Okay? We'll go over that in just a minute. But Trump takes the president from Taiwan's phone call, a congratulatory phone call, and you know, a firestorm, panic in Shanghai this morning, and the media all around all they're talking about is a diplomatic mess that we're in and a world diplomatic problem that Trump has caused. Hey, you took a phone call. It's just a phone call. Yes, panic in Shanghai. Oh my, now the Dalai Lama can go through the front door. What do you think about Trump taking this phone call from the president of Taiwan, a congratulatory phone call? I'm going to keep saying that, just the fact that I can say that. It's a real LJ kerfuffle here, okay, this morning. Yes, it is. I'm going to kerfuffle for 2 hours. Anyhow, 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700, or chief@fetyournews.com. And Trump is a real sore, Kellyanne Conway, real sore winner. Just give me the high sign when you have that winner-loser video. Huh? Well, what about the video? Why are you the kind of guy that does exactly what I don't ask you to do? I mean, I might as well have Lonnie here. Well, I'm just saying. I asked for the video. I say, what are you doing? Putting Trump's tweets in. Do you know how long it would take to put Trump's tweets in? We're going to have all of them, folks. We're going to have all. Oh, Trump is. Folks, listen, if you don't know how, I'm serious. This is not a joke, okay? If you need to communicate or you want to see the president, even Dick Cheney said, hey, the media's head is spinning off. You remember when Obama was elected the first time, and he wanted to keep his BlackBerry, and now there was an uprising of a storm brewing there that he couldn't keep a BlackBerry because he wanted to be able to use Twitter, Facebook, and whatever. Obama did his YouTube addresses on Saturday morning, but everything was okay there. That he bypassed Fox News. I'm not taking up for Fox News, but it was okay that he bypassed every maybe middle to right media. Okay, it was okay that he did that, but let Donald's going to go to the people. He's not going to wait for Chuck Todd. It's a real kerfuffle here. He's not going to wait for Chuck Todd. He's not going to wait for, the CNN. He's not going to wait for any of them to talk to you. He's going to tell you exactly. So if you don't know how to, and you're not signed up for Twitter to keep up with your president because he's going to tweet you out messages. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? Okay, let me know, 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700, or chief@fetchernews.com. I will help you set up on Twitter. Don't get embarrassed about it. I didn't know what the hell a hashtag meant, 2 years ago. I really didn't. I didn't understand. What's this hashtag stuff? I mean, hashtag.
There used to be pounds on it.
It used to be a pound in the old days. Now it's hashtag. All right, I didn't know what that meant. I do now. I didn't know how to find people on Twitter. I didn't know what the whole big deal was, but the President of the United States has decided he likes to use Twitter, so you need to get on board, okay? Now, Cole, put this in your mental note and mark it down on the pad. The pad, you have over there to take notes, and I tell you every day you better have a pad over there to take notes. There it is. Cole's got it. Okay, we're going to do a segment on just whether anybody wants to watch it or not. We're going to put it on how to sign up for Twitter, okay? So our viewers, at least any of them that are like hearing the news of what Donald Trump tweeted, they can go themselves and see what the president-elect and the president's got to do. Now they're saying that Donald Trump, Kellyanne Conway are sore winners. Okay, I don't know. I mean, look, judge for yourself. I mean, winner, loser, what do you think? Judge for yourself. Play that for the folks this morning there, Cole.
You lose. Sorry. Loser, winner. Bad chump. Maybe next time. Number one. Number one. Number one. Number one. Yeah! Oh, the fun we had.
Judge for yourself. Judge for yourself. Okay? Now, I have one more video, and it's going to take about a minute and a half, but I want you, Jill Stein on the recount, okay? This is the best way I could explain. Do you have the other one?
Yep.
You actually do. You're actually ready.
Ready.
Let me ask you a question while I have you. You're in your 20-somethings. We'll leave it there. We don't have to give it out, okay? Just recently you were 20-something plus, okay? But you're in your 20-something. So let me know. It's Monday morning. What's with all you kids wearing hats inside, pull all over your head and everything? I mean, are you not hot? What's with that?
It's just
Sorry, folks. I mean, you don't understand. Cole, now listen, Jill Stein, the recount. The judge has ordered that Michigan has to, by hand, start the recount immediately. Okay? There's no logic here. I can't explain. Now, they think the real winners are the losers. But I am serious. This is the best. This is from a comedy. But I'm serious, folks. I want you to listen to this next minute and a half because this is the best way that I can find the logic of what Jill Stein and Hillary Clinton are doing. It makes no sense. Listen to this. I promise a minute and a half that you're going to enjoy, but pay attention close. This is the winners and the losers. Go ahead there, Cole, with that one.
Oh. Didn't know Mr. Big was here. Excuse me, boss. May I have your permission to open the refrigerator in my own home?
Oh, it's my home.
Ouch. Had to zets me, didn't you? You're just so threatened by anyone you can't crush under your corporate boot heel.
Mark, would you back off? I don't even like the damn job.
Really?
No, all right? I want to be out in the fresh air, you know, talking to people, driving my truck. I miss that.
So, in other words, everything I've been saying about your new job has been right?
I wouldn't go that far. I never made children sew until their fingers bled.
So, if you don't like the job, why don't you just tell them you want out?
I can't. What am I going to say? Hey, big promotion? More money? Gee, no thanks, not for me. You know, Carrie's so proud of me. What do I tell her? Sorry, hon, you picked yourself a loser. You know, tough luck.
Douglas, let me tell you something about losers. In my book, it's the losers that are the true winners.
Then what are the winners?
Well, they're still winners. You can't take that title away from them. After all, they did win. They're still winners. You can't take that title away from them. After all, they did win.
It's the losers that are the true winners. Well, what are the winners? Well, they're the winners. Obviously, they won. You can't take that title away. I have no logic. I'm just having some fun here. I have absolutely no logic whatsoever what Jill Stein is doing. None whatsoever. Folks, China, the Secretary of State, it will be whoever Donald Trump picks, okay? Now, do you have my other one, Jack Talk? You see that other video? Let me know when you have that one. I'm having a lot of fun this morning. It's getting the Christmas spirit, all right? It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. Okay, the Secretary of State. Folks, there will be a Secretary of State chosen when Donald Trump chooses one. They keep putting names out there, one right after another one, right after another one, okay? Today I hear Bob Gates. Oh my God, really? Now Donald Trump's doing a 180. You're going to say with wait a minute, a 180? How can you point to a 180 how can you point to a 180 with the Goldman Sachs guys like Mnuchin and stuff? Look, Secretary of State is not going to be Bob Gates. They're floating names out like, first of all, no on Joe Manchin, okay? I am not okay with Joe Manchin on Secretary of State or Department of Energy. Not okay with not okay with that. I have seen that out there, not okay. Joe Manchin, senator from West Virginia, Democrat. West Virginia has a chance. This time they could put a Republican in that place. Joe Manchin teamed up with Pat Toomey on gun control legislation that failed miserably. No on Joe Manchin, okay? Period. And no on Department of Energy. They are floating names out like Bob Gates. Now today I hear former Utah Governor Jon Huntsman. Former Utah Governor Jon Huntsman. And you know what I heard on MSNBC, Cole? Because I know you don't listen. I heard them saying, well, he speaks fluent Mandarin. Yeah, well, it would be great. We could have Jon Huntsman because he speaks fluent Mandarin, okay? Which also, he was ambassador to China, okay? Hey, and we have an uproar, panic in Shanghai. I mean, it's panic in Shanghai. We have to send somebody over. Why, we could send Jon Huntsman and maybe they would roll stairs to the plane. Now, whether you like it or not, it's a regular kerfuffle here in LJ this morning. Whether you like it or not, Air Force One is your Air Force One. It is your plane, citizens. It is the plane that you have decided that you want to carry your President of the United States. It's Air Force One. When Air Force One used to land anywhere in the world, anywhere, there would be lines around the fenced area of the airfield or wherever it would land anywhere in the world of people packed wanting to see Air Force One and getting a glimpse of the president. okay? And I mean, red carpet, it was a big deal. I mean, bring out the local high school band, all the above. Air Force One is landed, okay? Go back and pull old film, which you probably don't have because China didn't allow it back then. Maybe we do have it, of Nixon landing in China, okay? When the China One policy was put into place. Well, whether you like it or not, President Obama is President Obama on your Air Force One. Landed in China, had to go out the back door, like a Dalai Lama. You know what I mean? You know, Dalai Lama, back door, you know. So China says, you know what, we're going to let you go out the back door, you know, Dalai Lama style. That's what we're calling it now. Anywhere you land, you got to go out the back of the plane. We're calling it Dalai Lama style, okay? Anyhow, so he goes out the back. We don't even get steps to it. And everybody's upset with Trump. Now, we're going to get into that in a minute. But John Huntsman supposedly can speak Mandarin and is the former ambassador to China. Now, you know, here's who I think should be Secretary of State. Go ahead with that. Here's who I think. Okay, folks, this is who I think should be Secretary of State.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't? Huh? What's the matter, cat? Got your tongue? Hey, Pam, guess what? Daddy's planning a little covert operation in Thailand for the day after the wedding. Did you know that?
You are?
Round and round we go, Jack. Hey, I bet everybody would love to hear about your little rendezvous in the parking lot of the Oyster Bay Drug and Sundry. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Where the guy gave you the passports and the documents. Or how about your little phone call in Thai?
Jack can't talk Thai.
Oh, no, Dina, Jack can talk Thai. Jack talked Thai very well.
Jack can't talk Thai.
Oh, no, Dina, Jack can talk Thai. Jack talked Thai very well.
Jack can talk Thai. He can talk Thai. He talked Thai very well. That should be Secretary of State. Oh my God. And Trump keeps going to Twitter. Their heads are spinning off. It is hilarious. They lost their temper last week when Kellyanne was at this thing in Harvard. You know, all right. Okay, let me see what else I got on tap. Now, how did the carrier deal go down? What is the media missing? It is sad that we are calling the media, okay, seriously. They actually have not presented yet that I'm aware of. Maybe you have seen it in maybe you have seen it somewhere, but they have not presented yet to me the exact what happened with Carrier. And what do you think about the 35% tax on companies? We're going to go into Trump's tweets as soon as we come back. Now, China is not going to tell Trump what to do and who he can take a phone call from. Now, here's my thought. You have, and here's where I'm good with this. You have General Flynn and KT McFarland, okay? I think Trump knows what he's doing, okay? He's receiving congratulatory calls from all over the world, all right? And he's taking the calls. I know I haven't brought up Italy this morning. We'll get to that a little later. But you know what? I'm okay with that. At least he's taking calls from foreign leaders, not money. You know, it's interesting. The media has gotten so upset over Trump taking phone calls than Hillary Clinton taking money. If she was landing our plane, Secretary of State plane somewhere and taking money, the media, you know, has made more over a phone call than anything Hillary Clinton's done, and anything Hillary Clinton's done to cause a diplomatic disaster. You know, we can go on and on. That's just a way. This is a joke, okay? Okay, anyhow, let's see. Are you okay with Georgia gambling? We'll look at that. Charlie Bethel, do you think in the 54th district that Charlie Bethel was picked? Now, just wait. I will not at 9 o'clock make a negative comment, real negative comment on any of the candidates. They all seem to be nice people, okay? But something I'm going to tell you what I don't like about 54th District State Senate seat. Charlie Bethel is the state senator from the 54th district. He gets picked to go on the appeals court the day after the election. What happens to all that money he had in the campaign finance thing? All right, we'll just see. We'll see. I want to talk about that at 9 o'clock. Okay, Chuck Todd to Mike Pence. Should we expect the president to contact China to calm the waters? Calm the waters. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, I cannot. Political correctness is over. Being afraid to talk to somebody, being concerned. You remember the free trade of the 60s, what happened? You remember when you started seeing Toyota Celicas and little Honda Civics rolling around? Don't look at me like you have no idea. You have no idea. I remember.
You do?
Yes. All of a sudden there's these little Toyotas and these little Honda Civics riding around. And we're closing our factories in the late 70s. Something just didn't add up. I'm your host, BKP. When we get back, we're going to go through Trumpomania, Twitter mania. Trump, I'm going to say, here's the negative thing I'm going to say this morning about Donald Trump. Not negative, but the negative thing I'm going to say. Trump, I do think Saturday Night Live was funny. I do. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. It's 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Give me a... do you have my background, my new background ready?
I can get it ready.
Well, get it ready. What are you waiting on? We got to turn the heat on. Take a break, buddy.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you...
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Days ahead. When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado Crew Cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
And I'm your host. We're back, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. The world is rejecting these world leaders, these European leaders that are pro-EU. The world is rejecting them. There's the picture going around the internet this morning. Good morning from the office, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Chief@fetchernews.com. 4 down, Merkel to go. That is going around the internet. The Italian Prime Minister out of here. 4 down, Merkel to go. And that's the picture of French President, I forget his name. Like I really need to know it. I mean, you know, like who takes the time to learn the French President's name? Like I care. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm just not doing, oh my God, now we have a real Paris panic because I have caused a diplomatic, I have just caused a diplomatic panic here because I don't know the president of Paris's name. It's or something like that. That's how you have to say it. Anything. That'll fit anybody in Paris. The Italian Prime Minister and Barack and Cameron there. 4 down, 1 to go. Now, a Twitter storm at DonaldTrump.com. Now, the controversy, and I asked you this morning, chief@fetchernews.com, 706-889-9700. We are going 3 ways. Oh, that's my background. Okay, I'm going to tell you about my background here in a minute. Let me get out of there just a minute. This is my background this morning. Look at the stockings all hung with care by the chimney. Look at the ribbon. That's nice, isn't it?
That looks like my house back then.
That's really nice. I like that. That's the background. Folks, send me your background. This is one of our viewers. We won't use your name, only if you ask us to. If you ask us to use your name, we will. But the other day, one of our viewers seen our background, our Christmas background, and they sent me this picture and said, you're welcome to use this as the background. So this is our Christmas background. This is from one of our viewers. Send us yours. 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com. Send us your Christmas decorated background at your house, and we may use it this month. So thank you very much. That's our background. Now, China, okay, China. Now, are you upset that he took the call from the Taiwan president-elect there in Taiwan? Are you upset with that? I want to know. Okay, and I'll tell you why. All right, I'll tell you why. Because Donald Trump has the media's head is coming off, as always, right? The media's head's coming off. So let's do the Trump 1. Put Trump 1 up there, tweet. This is from Twitter, okay? Okay, and tell me where I need to get, if I need to get over this way. Do I need to get over this way? Yeah, okay. Now, if you can't see that, I'll read that for you, okay? Yeah, that's the, huh?
Yeah, I'm editing that for them to see.
Okay. Did China ask us if it was okay to devalue their currency? Did they ask us? Did they call? Yo! Did they making it hard for our companies to compete? Did they heavily tax our products going into, go to number 2, their country? The U.S. doesn't tax them. Did they do that? Or to build a massive military complex in the middle of the South China Sea? I don't think so. That's Donald Trump. Their heads are spinning off. He's talking to you. Go to 1 again. Let's read it in its entirety and we'll break it down. Did China ask us if it was okay to devalue their currency, making it hard for our companies to compete? Okay? Now, the reason this is important is because everybody's head is spinning off about the 35% tax. But Donald Trump's looking at the big picture. Devaluing currency, making it hard for our companies. So when he says, everybody says, oh, he's going to dictate to our companies how they can do business in America. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to make the playing field equal for you. Donald Trump's going to make it to where Carrier does not need to even look at leaving. That they can compete in the world being right here. So making it hard for our companies to compete, heavily tax our products, going into, next one, going into, no, that's not it.
Okay, wrong one.
There it is. Their country, going into their country, the U.S. doesn't tax them. Or to build a massive military complex in the middle of the South China Sea? I don't think so. Now take those off. All right, now that is about China. So you're going to tell me I can't take a call from Taiwan? You're going to tell me you can just go out in the South China Sea with Japan, the Philippines, Taiwan, Korea? I mean, you just going to go out there and lie and tell everybody you're building a resort, and the next thing you know, you can land the most massive aircraft that you have in the Chinese military on this. You built a base in the South China Sea? Barack didn't care. I do. Our allies in the region do. You need to understand, I'm going to support our allies. Now, you may not believe Taiwan is a sovereign nation. Okay, fine. But I believe that what you did in the South China Sea with our allies, okay, and devaluing currency and making it hard for our companies to compete, all the above, taxing our goods coming to you, but we don't tax you, and I can't take a phone call. Oh, you've lost your damn mind. That's exactly right. Now, China may have, oh my God, they filled out a complaint. Give me a complaint form. Give me a form. I'm going to file a complaint, make it official. China's complaint made it official. Oh my God. And who else? I mean, who would it be to? Oh no, not the UN or anything that's one of those great groups within the world that is peacekeeping everywhere and keeping, what the? I'll take the call, whoever I want to talk to. Now, we like you, China. We want to trade with you. We want to be friends with you. We have no problem with you. So when I land, put the steps at the front of the damn plane and stand at the bottom, put the red carpet out, shake my hand for the world to see, and maybe we can work things out. Really? Now, all right, the heads are spinning off. Let's get into this. When the heads are spinning off about Carrier. Now, let's go to 3. Now, do you have 3 up?
Yes.
Can you stay in order? I mean, I just got to go from 1 to 8. I know you had Common Core math. So, I mean, I just got to go. All right, we're up to 3. What is this? Okay, the U.S. is going to substantially, was that 3? I got to make sure. You got to watch Cole.
Yep, that's the one I'm saying.
Okay. All right, you are correct. The U.S. is going to substantially reduce taxes and regulation on businesses but any business that leaves our country for another country. That's way here in Carrier. Folks, have you had any of the media actually tell you that Donald Trump could not do anything with Carrier? Have you? Do you realize that in the state of Georgia, okay, do you realize, have you seen the commercials, do business in New York? They don't have Obama. Do you see do business in New York commercials? Okay. Do you know why Georgia is now being called the Hollywood of the South, and hundreds of movies and video production companies have moved to the Atlanta area from Hollywood? Do you know why? California that voted for Hillary, the taxations, the regulations, every single thing that has happened in the Hollywood of the West has sent them, the business people. Now the actors are still lefty whack jobs, okay? All right, but it sent the business people that the tax structure, all of the benefits, the perks that Georgia gave out to Georgia, right? Let me explain something about Carrier. Donald Trump, out of the $7 million in tax credits, let me tell you how much he gave. The U.S. government gave. 0. Oh, over here. I got to go over here for the 0. Okay, it's over here somewhere. 0. Zip. 0 zilch. You can't do that. Trump couldn't give him a tax break. He legally cannot give a tax break. Tax abatement can only be given by the state. So the state of Indiana said, if you will do this investment and keep these jobs here, we will defer we will give you a $7 million tax break. Okay, let's get in the weeds on that a little bit. The state of Indiana did that. What did Trump do? Because see, Pence went to them and said, hey, Carrier, can we do something with the state? Can the state? No, the ship sailed. We're already building the factory. No, we don't want incentive. We're not looking for state incentives. We're not looking for this and that. We're going. All right, so the attempt was made. Here's all Donald Trump did in this deal that the media will not tell you. He picked up the phone and said, hey, can we not do something? If the state is willing to meet you in this area, to give you some tax breaks, you make some more investment. First of all, he starts out, hey, do you want to stay? Yeah, I want to stay. Okay, we solved that. You want to stay. How do we do that? Okay, now the media wants to talk about the jobs that are already going to Mexico from Carrier. He can't help that. But 1,100 are staying that were not going. Okay, the whole deal was going. So the state, so Trump says, look, the state of Atlanta is going to give, state of Indiana is going to give you X. They're going to give you X in a tax break. They're going to do that. You're going to invest X. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a commitment over the phone right now to go through the 54 regulations that is attacking your company. Because Carrier says to Trump, hey, it's not just, you know, the tax breaks. It is the daggone regulations. There's regulations on coatings. The regulations are eating us alive. I mean, the regulations are causing us not to be able to do business. And that's just the bottom line. Okay? So, Trump says, here's what I'm going to do. Indiana's going to give you the tax break. So don't listen to what Trump gave a $7 billion tax break. And is he going to give tax breaks to everyone? The government may make an adjustment in the tax rates, but Donald Trump cannot go to individual businesses, as the media wants to portray, and make a deal on a tax for a business by himself. He can't do it. The state of Indiana did that. What he did is guaranteed two things to Carrier. He guaranteed a business climate that they could profit in, okay? And that he would make sure that he went through the 54 regulations, and the ones that were not positive in the fact of safety for employees or good for the company, for the people there, they would be gone. Those are the commitments he made. So Indiana fulfilled what they said they would do, and Trump's going to fulfill what he said he's going to do on the regulations, and Carrier is staying. Do not fall 1 minute for the fact that Donald Trump gave Carrier a penny and a tax break. He can't do it. Now, will he cut across the board when he becomes president? Will he cut taxes for corporations to make them more able to do business? Let's get back to the tweets. But don't fall for the Carrier deal. Okay, hey, put that tweet back up. Where did it go? Okay. The U.S. is going to substantially reduce taxes and regulations on business, but any business that leaves our country for another. So you're over here, you're making widgets, and you got 300 employees, and you just decide to leave. Hey, I'm leaving. Well, okay, all right, you're leaving. So first step, we're going to make it to where you can do business. The media's leaving that out. There's really no reason for you to leave. Now go to the next one. They're in order there. Fires their employees. If you decide to leave, you're making widgets across town, and you decide to leave and fire your employees, okay? Bottom line, and you leave and build a new factory or plant in another country. Now, this is after I go through and I make this country the place to do business first, and then think it will sell its products back to the U.S. Go ahead, next one. Without retribution or consequences is wrong. Wrong, okay? There will be a tax on our soon-to-be strong border. Strong border, oh yeah, no wall? Yeah, strong border. On strong border, 35% for these companies. Next one. Wanting to sell their products, cars, AC units, etc., back across the border. This tax will make leaving financially difficult, but what's the last one? Is this the last one? But these companies are able to move between all 50 states with no tax or tariffs being charged. Please be forewarned prior to making go to the next one. Expensive mistake. The United States is open for business. Folks, what do you think with that? All right, end of tweets. Is that the last one? Yep. Yeah. United States is open for business. What do you think about that? Now, first, the media's head spinning off. What do you think? 706-889-9700 or chief@fetyournews.com. What do you think? The United States is open for business. Okay? Now, he tells you right in the beginning, Trump tells you right from the start, he says, hey, I'm going to make it to where you have no reason to leave. Okay? Now, there's something about being a patriot, and there's something about, looking out in the warehouse and seeing 300 Americans out there working. And if the guy or the girl or whoever is lazy, fire them. Get them out of there. Get somebody else in that wants the job. Okay? I don't care what color, what sex, or if they can't figure out what sex. I don't care who they are. What they can't figure out. If they're not working, get them out. Put somebody else in. But you look out in the warehouse and you see 300 jobs manufacturing something, and you are given all the regulations that were holding you back are gone. The EPA is, not a thing of the past. We have worker safety, and outside that, all of these regulations are gone on you. You have a tax structure that you just cannot beat. There's no good reason for you to pick up and leave. But you pick up and leave, and you think you're going to sell your products back. Because see, here's what the media misses on all of this. Consumer. Donald Trump is the president of we the people, and he says, we're not buying your stuff. And you know what? Yeah, if the guy down the street makes air conditioners, and you're going to take your air conditioner somewhere else and sell them back, you might have trouble selling your air conditioner next to the guy down the street. Because I'm going to be American first at all times. Everything's going to be America first. Now, you can move within the 50 states. So if your governor decides to give better tax incentives or you want to move, hey, that's states' rights. See, Donald Trump's not going to get the federal government involved in states' rights as far as moving your company across the state. No way. That's not his to do. What do you think on that? I think people have totally missed the boat of what he's trying to say. Now, I'm not interested. I don't like tariffs. I don't like these taxes. I don't like that. But I think people, I'll tell you what, it'd be awful darn nice to go to Black Friday. Here's the damn truth, okay? Let me finish this up. I'm going to go. Now, I don't know. I want to know from you. I could be wrong on all of this. There's a chance. Yeah, I'm saying there's a chance. I could be wrong. Is this being recorded? I sure hope not. Anyhow, let me ask you a question. Wouldn't it be nice next year to go to Black Friday and fight over a TV that was made in America? Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be like exciting? Like to fight over a TV that was made, or fight over a phone that was made in the USA? Wouldn't that be exciting? I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, we're coming to you in 3 different ways this morning. Let me explain a couple things to you. One, we are now streaming live on Facebook. We are now streaming live on our YouTube channel, and we are now streaming live on fyntv.com directly there. So we're coming in 3 different ways: Facebook Live, YouTube, and fyntv.com. Now, how do you find us? Real simple. Go to fetyournews.com. Up in the right-hand corner. Could you crop out that top right-hand corner of fetyournews.com where all those are at? How long would it take you to do that? And let me show the folks. I'll do it in the next commercial. Yeah. All right. We'll do that. We'll show you how to get there. Anyhow, Dr. Ben Carson is in. Trump chooses Ben Carson as HUD Secretary. That is making my day. Housing and urban development. You got to look at the background. Of Ben Carson. Look at his background. I think Trump's promise he made to the inner city. You remember the "what the hell do you have to lose" comment to the black community, the inner city, where Chicago has surpassed 700 murders. Sanctuary cities needs to end. Needs to end. Sanctuary campuses, that needs to just be a joke, and it should not be allowed. Any campus that considers themselves a sanctuary campus, all funding, all state college funding, all funding. You do realize, if I'm wrong, email me today. But all student loans were taken over by the federal government and are now backed 100% by the federal government. Yes, and we're getting ready to bail out probably over some. But you got that? Show that before we go to break. Okay, you see right there? Okay, you see right there, up there where the ticker's running? Okay, the little up there in my right hand corner. Okay, that's my right. My left?
Yeah.
Okay, right there. Where am I at here? Right there. How do I find that? I can't find it. That is the Facebook. Go to fetchyournews.com. Up there in the top corner is the Facebook. You click on that and hit like, and then you will know when we're live. Next to that is Twitter, at FetchYourNews. At FetchYourNews is Twitter. And then our YouTube channel. Go there. Now subscribe to our YouTube channel and it'll tell you every time we're live. So take us to break. We come back to 54th District. I just want to touch on some things. This is the day I'm going to start looking at this, and I need your help out there on some information. The State Senate 54th seat special election. Cole, take us to break.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado crew cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay, this is our background. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. This is a background. This is a beautiful, a viewer sent this to us. The stockings are all hung with care. You got the angels on the mantle. That is just beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Now, we will not mention your name, only if you'd like for us to. Let us know. Send us a picture of your decorations at home, 706-889-9700. We'll just put it up there and use it for our background image of the morning. So thank you to one of our viewers for that beautiful decorated background. Again, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. And well, you know, they know. The viewers know that they send me something, I'm going to look down. Okay, anyhow, let's Let's get back. All right, now, folks, everybody wants to listen to this story because it's going to be a real kerfuffle. Are you tired of me saying that? It's an L&J kerfuffle. It is, I'm telling you. Now, let me just say this. Okay, now, I'm looking at a campaign contribution disclosure report summary. And before I start, now, Cole, this is a segment, okay? Pay attention, all right? Because this is a segment. Okay, this is a campaign contribution. Okay, back up. State Senate, Georgia. You want to listen. Don't turn me off. You're in Florida, no matter where you're at. Connecticut, doesn't matter. Don't turn this off now. Because if these are the things in this country that you don't start looking at, okay, see, Donald Trump said, drain the swamp. And everybody cheered, but they want this guy to go to D.C. But nobody's looking around their local neighborhood to see what swamps may exist. So I'm going to tell you, this is my first in reporting, and everybody that I mentioned the name today is welcome to come sit here. I got an open door policy. Come sit here and talk to me about the 54th State District Senate seat, Georgia State Senate seat 54. Now, I'm looking at a campaign contribution disclosure report summary. Now, the current state senator 54 is Charlie Bethel, all right? Now, Charlie Bethel won re-election in November, but actually Charlie won re-election in the primary because Charlie Bethel, State Senator 54th District, is in an area, much like most of our viewing area, that once they win the primary, even if challenged, has basically won the election. So Charlie actually won the election when he ran against Conda Goodson, that ran against him in the primary. It was basically over. So for me, I'm just asking the question, it's not a big secret, it's public. Why, after you win, do you keep collecting campaign finance money? Okay? Well, you don't turn it down, you can use it to help other candidates. I'm not totally opposed to it. Let's not get it wrong, because if you keep collecting it, then maybe you can send it out to other Republicans in the state to help them if they're up against a challenger. It's not the worst thing, but I still wonder, like, why do you continue to keep collecting campaign finance? Okay? All right. Contributions. So then here's another thing I wonder. I wonder if the governor does not pre-plan things. That's Governor Nathan Deal. Okay? Now, my story this morning gives you all the choices. It gives you all the choices and makes you decisions if you're okay with things or not. But you want me to believe that the entire staff, okay, down at the governor's office does not pre-plan, and some things are not methodically done, thought out, and put into place. Now, where I'm going with that is Charlie Bethel basically wins re-election to State Senate 54 in Georgia during the primary, but continues to take campaign finance. Now, in October 25th, is the last one he has to file, okay, of this year, 2016. And that's October, and this is what is listed now, okay, as of October. Now, his election's over, okay, 25th, 2016. He's going to win no matter what on November 8th. He's going to win. He has $349,978.08 total contributions. Then you go down to $148,000. The expenditures, his expenditures, is $148,004.81. That's his expenditures. And then you go down to line 14, the total value of investments held at the close of this reporting period. He has 0. So on number 16, net balance on hand. Take line 6 minus line 12, that's the 148, plus 14, and what do you have? 14 was 0. So supposedly on October 25th, Charlie Bethel has already won re-election. My thought, now here's my thought, on October 25th, my thought is, it's not even November 8th, that Governor Nathan Deal is already going to pick Senator Bethel for the appeals court position. That's my thought. So on this day, he reports that he's got $201,973, $201,973.27 in a bank somewhere. The Gatlin brothers singing that one. In a bank somewhere. $201,973 in the bank somewhere in the middle of Montana. I don't know. So what happens to this money? What happens to it? I don't know. Now, first of all, I have met Senator Bethel 3-4 times. He seems to be a nice guy. I personally cannot start going and telling you all the negatives because I don't have them. I can't tell you all the positives because I don't have them. So this is not a knock. So I put yesterday as the fix in on this seat. I got a little bit of people questioning. Now, I'm not accusing the senator of being involved in something, the governor. I'm just saying it's the fix in. So this guy's got $201,973 in the bank. Doesn't need it. It's just there. What the hell? Boy, wouldn't I like to just have it there? Just wouldn't I like to just, honey, there's $201,000. It's just there. It's just in case. I'm sorry, I get sidetracked. And this is not just Senator Bethel. This is all the time. Okay, so now we have on November 9th, Governor Nathan Deal picks this guy out randomly. I mean, reach into a hat. Charlie! Really? So you think he didn't know the 7th or the 6th or October, or man, just didn't know. He didn't know. Now, the other thing that I'm going to say that's going to be a real kerfuffle, okay, it's going to be a real kerfuffle, is they do not normally pick somebody unless they have somebody ready to fill the spot. Now, where are you going with that? You see what I'm saying? Because they don't want to lose that Republican state Senate seat in Atlanta. And they don't want to lose a Republican state Senate seat that would see it Governor Deal's way. And they don't want to lose the state Senate seat that would see it maybe in other organizations in Atlanta's way. Maybe they don't want to see that loss. So they pick Charlie Bethel for the appeals court. Now there's a special election. I think everything about the special election is wrong. I don't think it's wrong to pick Charlie Bethel, although sources tell me that Charlie Bethel, yes, he's an attorney, okay? Yes, he's an attorney. And sources tell me that he has never tried a case. That's what sources tell me. Never tried a case in court, but has yet has been elevated all the way to the appeals court. Yeah, that's what sources tell me. Okay. Second, so you pick this guy on November 9th, knowing it's the Christmas season, and then you have like a 30-day, within November 9th, just short of 30 days, on December 13th, an election. 30 days is not enough time if you don't know. Now, if somebody, now there's a lot of ifs here, a lot of smoke in the air. So if other people or somebody, if one of the candidates, I don't know, just saying, if one of the candidates knew Charlie Bethel was going to be picked and knew in a roundabout way to start collecting money, maybe they didn't, but they knew to start collecting money or open a campaign finance, or maybe somebody did, we don't know. Maybe somebody was setting money aside in a different position, you know, we don't know, okay? But we have a special election. You don't have enough time in 30 days. Now, this is a state Senate seat. This is pretty big. Whitfield County, you got Whitfield County, Gordon County, Pickens County, half of Pickens County, I forget the other one, Gordon, Whitfield, Murray, right? So anyhow, 30 days. You don't have enough time to get signs actually really made, put out, collect money, raise money, none of the above. And guess what? It's Christmas. And guess what? Who cares? And guess what? Maybe you could get, that's like the special elections. It's just not a splost like they do in April when nobody's looking and everybody's on vacation or spring break. They run a splost in. Okay, this is a state Senate seat special election. Everything about this just doesn't add up. Now, I'm going to wrap this up with two more things. Let me get the candidates. You got the candidates? Pull up one. Let me pull up one. Let me go with candidate. Now, I'm not endorsing. I want this understood. I do not endorse any candidates here at FetchYourNews.com. Okay? Now, these are the candidates that I currently have in the race. Conda Lowry Goodson. You got her picture? Okay, there's Conda. These pictures were taken, I took these pictures were taken down at the Pickens County Republican Party meet and greet last Monday, okay? That's Conda Goodson. She ran against Charlie Bethel in the general election or the primary and lost, but she's running again. Let's go to Michelle, which calls herself Shell Underwood. Michelle Underwood. This is Michelle Underwood. She's a candidate. These are Republican candidates, okay? Let's go to Chuck Payne. This is Chuck Payne. I think he's currently the Republican. I guess we had to resign probably to run, but Whitfield County Republican Party Chairman Chuck Payne, okay? Chuck Payne. And William Vineyard, there's William. William is one of the candidates, William Vineyard. Now, we'll get into who they are throughout the week, okay? And Debbie Peppers is not pictured. She was not there. Now, go back to Chuck Payne for a minute. Now, if I take a break, could you see his badge on his right lapel there? Can you see it there in the picture?
Sort of.
All right, if I take a break, can you zoom in and crop that right to the badge? Can you zoom in close enough to crop that?
Yeah, I can see what I can do.
Okay, I want to do that during the break. There's a reason I want to do that. I'm going to come back. Now, all right, so here you go. What's the problem with that? What's the problem with anything I've said? Because when you go to campaign finance reports, and here's one of the things we need to look at. You go to campaign finance reports, and you pull up Charles Payne, okay, Senate 54. I can't see where he's getting any of his money. I can't. I've got it right here.
Here you go. Here's the badge. That's the best I can get.
All right, you see that? You see that badge? Put it up in the corner for me. You see that badge? Look at that badge real close. Chuck Payne, candidate for District 54. And did you see that badge? Hold that for a minute. Now, I'm going to send you a picture. We'll do it after the break, but I want to get this in this segment. So hold on to that badge. Take it out of there. Chuck, I can't tell where he's raising his money. I can't see anything. I'm in the camp. There's no reports because there's not enough time. Let's see if I can find out where Debbie Peppers is getting her money. No reports. Nothing been filed. Let's see if I can find out where Michelle Underwood is getting her money. Shell, no reports. Nothing's been filed. All right, I'm going to click to view 50. There's no reports on 54. I'm there. Okay, let's see if I have anybody else. Let's see, what's the other guy? I don't have anybody else. I can't. Now, Goodson, I could see. All right, now the last one she filed was June 30th. This is and I'm going to do just a summary. and she had $23. Okay. Let's see, she had $1,123, and she has cash amount, $1,123. That was expenditures was $1,137. She has a negative $14.10. So that's Conda Goodson after that. So the only way you, the public, can go see where they're getting their money, these candidates for the state Senate seat. Now, what's the big deal? Well, start looking at state Senate contributions. You got one leaving office that has $201,000, or what I say, in the bank somewhere. What's he got? $201,973. Hey, no laws broken, nothing to see here, all right? It's not, hey, I can go through them individually. I have looked individually at each one of them to see where they came from. Then I go over to the 5 candidates that wants this seat. You see, this seat's going to command money. I'm bringing this around. I'm bringing this around. Whoever gets this seat, the money's going to start flowing. Hey, just say that's how it works. So I've got 5 candidates over here in a special election. A special election, 5 candidates. I can't see where Chuck Payne got his money to put out the mailer. I can't see that. Now, you're going to say, well, there's a lot of campaigns that you don't get to see the final contributions till after it's over. This is true. But just the fact that I can't see, you can't see none of them, and we only can wonder after this 30-day thing, this special election, the rush to get somebody there by January 1st for this session, knowing the governor probably knew he was going to pick this person, this could have been done a little better. Just saying. I'm going to keep this going. Now, any candidate that has listened to or listens to this, anyone that has been mentioned in this report can come here and discuss this. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss the issues in this race. Again, I can't tell. Take us to break. You got the badge, right? All right, we're going to come back. It's going to be in one segment. We're going to come back. I got something else I want to look at, and then we're going to wrap it up. I got 4 or 5 hours worth of stuff. I guess I got to have to let George in here in a minute, right? George is coming. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Take us to break there, Cole.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado crew cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Now, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, I am going to clear a couple things up that I was able to find out during the break. And let me just tell you where my information is coming from so you can look, okay? We're talking about the State Senate 54. Campaign contributions, if you go, okay? Now, my goal is to always bring you accurate information. And if you go to the Georgia Government Transparency and Campaign Finance Commission, you will not see this unless you know. But there is, when you put the names in, for example, State Senate 54 District, okay, there is a 15-day, all right? There is a 15-day special election. If you go to Conda Goodson, there is a 15-day special election report, okay, for this. Now, the thing here I want to clear up is the other candidates have not filed anything in the 54th, so you may not be able to see that. And tonight, okay, tonight they have to file the 15-day special election campaign finance form. So, to be accurate, there will not be a full 30 days that you don't see anything. Now, there's still some question there, but I want to be accurate on that. So, to view contributions, Conda has received $100 from Paul Manor, and John Brown, unknown, everything's unknown about the political, she's received $200, and she spent $200 on advertising. That's her 15-day report. So they're due tonight. We will come back and look at the 15-day reports throughout the week. The other thing I want to be clear on and make sure, because I don't want to imply anything that's not correct, is you could go on here yourself, okay? And this is a candidate. This is not a personal fund. And I want to make sure that's understood. This is a candidate's campaign fund, the campaign. So what sometimes we get, I don't get confused, but maybe my words say it's like their fund. It is a campaign fund that they have to file with the Georgia Government Transparency and Campaign Finance Commission. As far as Senator Charlie Bethel's and what I brought up, that is what's in the fund. And as long as there's a campaign finance fund, people can give to that campaign, and that's what's in the fund. So I want to make sure, because it has come to my attention, that I don't want it to sound like that I'm not 100% on what all that fund can be used for and how it can be used. But it's not just sitting in a bank account that is a personal fund. So that is something you guys should look at. But I'm not retracting, might I say. I'm saying that this seat is still, if you watch and listen to what I said, I never said a negative thing about Senator Bethel. I never said a negative thing about him being picked. I never said a negative thing about Nathan Deal, and I never said a negative thing about these candidates. I just raised the facts of the issue. Charlie Bethel was reelected to this seat. He was picked on November 9th, and the governor picked him for the appeals court, and now there's a special 30-day election. And it's interesting because some people, I have gotten calls because I think there is one of these candidates, and I will not name, but one of these candidates I think is the candidate that they probably want in place to see through the governor's agenda or help, promote the Senate in the direction they would like to go. And if that upsets somebody, I'm sorry. But I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to move right along. Anybody that's name's been brought up in this report is welcome to talk to me on the show. You can drive here, you can be on the show, you can talk to me, you can call the show, whatever. Prefer you come in person, but anybody that we're discussing this with, you can talk to me about it. I'm your host, BKP. Tomorrow we're going to look at some of the issues. What are some of the pre-files down in Atlanta? I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I will take a brief break. I'm going to come back and set up the end of the show. Brief break. What was I thinking? Oh, the background. One of our viewers. Give me a call, 706-889-9700, or send us a message, chief@fetchernews.com. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to break, and George will be in here in a minute, and I'm going to wrap up when we get back.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did
It's
you?
not important, Jen. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Days ahead. When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado Crew Cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. And it's a real kerfuffle. Real kerfuffle. Let me see if I get that right. Right? Is that what it is, a kerfuffle? Kerfuffle. Yeah. A commotion or fuss, especially one caused by conflicting views. I told you I'd cause a real kerfuffle up here today, Cole, when you started this morning, but we've only got a couple minutes. Have you been watching? We're going to get to a couple more things, all right? We'll get to a couple more things, but have you watched out there? Send me a message, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Have you watched The Crown? Did you watch the first season? I mean, did you? I watched the first season of The Crown on Netflix. I'm telling you, I thought it was great. Now, Winston Churchill, John, what's his name? The guy, Ludwig or well, I forget his last name, how you pronounce it. He played in Third Rock. He's played in a lot of movies. Lithgow, John Lithgow, is that his name? He did an awesome Churchill. I think he did I think he did a really good Churchill. And Queen Elizabeth gets crowned. Princess Margaret can't marry her friend Peter. It's really, really good, The Crown. I recommend that. Yeah, that's him. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
Lithgow?
Lithgow.
Yeah. Does a great Churchill. In fact, I really enjoyed it. Did you watch The Crown? 706-889-9700.
He's in Planet of the Apes, too.
He was in Planet of the Apes? Mm-hmm. That guy will do anything.
That's that one.
All right. Carson gets a cabinet job. All right. Carson gets a cabinet job. Ben Carson looking around a little bit of the last. Now, I haven't had time to go to the Italian, some of the Italian information this morning, okay? But stocks hit an all-time high. Wait a minute. Bull market since Trump grows, 401k retirements, value of companies. Now, it is bound to nosedive. I'm going to be facetious in a minute. Stocks and everything's bound to nosedive this morning after this international. I mean, panic in Shanghai, right? So anyhow, ISIS, Bloody Friday for Trump inauguration, an ISIS plot. We'll see. All right, folks, today you're going to have to follow up the Trump's bizarre comments. The media can't take it. Let me look at some of the things, my notes. China, one China, okay? It's a leveraging point. He took the phone call from Taiwan president. Panic in Shanghai. Secretary of State, say no. Here is what I'm going to say right now. Say no to Coker. Absolutely. No to Mnuchin. Absolutely. No to John Bolton. No to Petraeus, okay? Really right now for me, and it's not that every one of these guys are bad guys, but for me right now, okay, for me, it's Rudy Giuliani or Mitt Romney. I know this upset a lot of people, but you mean over John Bolton, over Petraeus? I'm just saying, okay? That's where I'm at. Let's see. Oh, I've been all morning. I forgot to tell you why I have a special spring in my step today. You know? The special spring in my step. That's what Nancy Pelosi said. After she was elected back in, she said she had a special spring in her step. I don't think she has a special spring in her step. I think Nancy Pelosi has just been stretched so much. Okay, I think she's been stretched so much that if her feet hit the floor, they spring back. Okay, so let's see what else I have. Oh, let's go with the pictures. I got 5 minutes. We're going to start today with Obama's accomplishments. Okay, let's go to, these are some of the accomplishments. They can't figure out why they lost, okay? And the fake news, you know, we're going to be talking about fake news all through the week, but fake news, okay? Didn't the New York Times say, wasn't that a fake story that they said, you know, Bo Bergdahl, when the guys are out looking for their fellow soldier there, nobody was killed. Show that picture of 6. You see the picture of 6? Okay, find that first. This is an Obama accomplishment, folks. See those six dead Americans on the screen? Okay? See that? Those guys were killed looking for Bo Bergdahl, a deserter, a traitor to this country, a traitor to this country, a deserter. There's one, that's an accomplishment Obama has right there. Okay, all on his own. Let's go to Bo himself. Okay, there he is. That's the deserter. That's who the 6 men died for. He deserted he deserted his camp. He's a traitor to this country. And let's go to the Rose Garden. Remember this? Oh, wasn't that a beautiful day when Obama was there at the Rose Garden with his mom and dad and saying, "We finally got your son released." That's an Obama accomplishment. We did not want to leave with that Obama accomplishment for you today. Folks, fake news. Fake news. Read everything that the mainstream, lamestream, the media today is upset. Read everything around that right there. That story, Bo Bergdahl, from the time he was released, read all the way around the New York Times, all of them, and see how fake their news was to try to make that one of Obama's great accomplishments. That may be one of the reasons you lost the election, sir, meaning Hillary Clinton. Take me out of that. Okay, we did the winner loser. Okay, I think you should have to be drug tested to do the background check before you can send money to Jill Stein. I'm serious. I think before they do they should do it. They should have to drug test Jill Stein and have her psychologically tested before she could do the recount. She is just raking in the money, not telling you where it's going and what she's doing with it, and says the American people really want to know what happened. Okay, I didn't get time to do the naked man thinks he's a tiger story. We'll have to hold that one. The guy was on LSD. He thought he was a tiger. Oh, you could book your flight to Havana, Delta to Havana. Tom Price's district, the new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Tom Price's district. Somebody told me at one time that Roswell district where Tom Price is down there was the 10th most wealthiest districts in the United States. That one's up for grab. The big money is getting ready to go and play there. Can you say Karen Handel again? Karen Handel again is going to run again. Can she raise the money? I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. I think that's everything I have for today. I think I went through everything. China's not going to tell us what to do. General Flynn and KT McFarland, I think, is going to do a great job. The president of the Philippines called Trump to say congratulations. Wasn't it the Philippines president that called Obama's mom a bitch? I mean, I just say it. I mean, am I wrong, George?
Son of a whore.
Oh, that's right. But that's what he said? Yeah, something like that. Okay. All right. So I'm just saying, folks. It's not me. I don't write this stuff. Okay. Hey, folks. Trump is taking calls from foreign leaders across the world, congratulatory calls that is saying, hey, we look forward to working with you. If one of them happened to be Taiwan, the president of Taiwan, that's okay. At least Obama has not started taking money all the way around the world like the one. You realize what the calls would be if Hillary would have got elected? Is the calls would have been the same, but they would have been, hey, do you have a email address or you do have a direct routing number? We could send the money into the account for you. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. And I'm going to be out of here. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Send us your background. The background you see tonight is today is from a viewer that sent it to us. Send us your Christmas decorated background, and we may use it on the show this month. Hey, I guess I'm out of here, Cole. That's it, right? Oh, don't forget, Cole, did you write it down while you're slouching over there? We're going to do a special, folks. I'm serious. I'll get it done this week.
Yeah.
We're going to do a Twitter special. Yeah. And I'll tell you why, because a lot of you out there, no embarrassment, I went down that road. If you want to see what the next president of the United States is going to do and tell you he's not going to Chuck Todd, and he's not going to George Stephanopoulos, and he's not going to go to Martha Raddatz, because she's still crying over Hillary losing. He is going to tweet stuff out. So I'm going to do, whether you know it or not, you can help me. Let's plan it. We'll put it on Facebook. I'm going to do a Twitter special on how to get on Twitter, sign up, how to follow Donald Trump, how to tweet out, hashtag, I didn't know, it used to be a pound sign to me, hashtag, oh, you know what? You could charge your car in LJ now. Over to Chamber of Commerce. You can get an electric car and spin it around. You could just ride around LJ, you run out of juice, you roll right into the Chamber of Commerce. They have Georgia Power has a station over there. You can juice up your car.
Juice up your car.
You know your friend that came up? You can tell him you can come up here, juice up the car. Right over there. George's friend came up. I'm your host. I'm getting out of here because I can come up with more stuff. But George is coming in right now, and I'll be back tomorrow morning at 8. Cole, take us out of here.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you...
It's not important, Jen. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Days ahead. When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado Crew Cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Well, good morning, Sun lovers. This is George McClellan and George's Hour at FetcherNews.com, North Georgia's only live internet talk show. I can be reached at 706-889-9700, or you can email me, George at FetcherNews.com. Well, I had a good weekend. It was a wet weekend up here in the North Georgia mountains. Probably most all of Georgia's wet. We expected more coming in right now. And this afternoon we'll get another inch or two, and I suspect that one of these days some bureaucrat will say, oh, I think it's probably the drought is over and we can lift the burning ban and we can go back to lighting our fireplaces outside and our fire pits and that sort of thing. The news, right now the news is all about, the national news is all about what Trump says, who Trump talks to, what Trump tweets. And it's just, a lot of it is fake. And I don't get all excised in it, particularly the vote count. The vote count by Dr. Jill Stein, what a sham that is. I've already talked about that. But I want to share with you some figures that came in that are interestingly pertinent to the vote count and will give us readers a pause. For example, in the United States, now pay attention, this could be a test question. In the United States, there are 3,141 counties. 3,141 counties in the United States. Trump won 3,084 of them. Clinton won the other 57. There are 62 counties in New York State. Trump won 46 of them. Clinton won 16. Clinton won the popular vote by approximately 1.5 million votes. In the 5 counties that encompass New York City, and that would be the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Richmond, and Queens, Clinton received well over 2 million more votes than Trump. And Clinton only won 4 of those counties. Trump won Richmond. Therefore, these 5 counties alone more than accounted for Clinton winning the popular vote of the entire country. Just those 4 counties alone. These 5 counties comprise 319 square miles. The United States is comprised of 3,797,000 square miles, and of course I understand this has absolutely no pertinence to the question of votes, but it's interesting data anyway. When you have a country that encompasses almost 4 million square miles of territory, it would be ludicrous to even suggest that the vote of those who inhabit a mere 319 square miles should dictate the outcome of a national election. Large, densely populated democratic cities, New York City, of course, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, don't and shouldn't speak for the rest of the country, which is why the Founding Fathers created the electoral vote. It's a wonderful mechanism. It prefers justice and harmony, and we don't get that. They demanded Trump, of course, the left, demanded that Trump agree to the results of the election, and he said, we'll see what the election's about, and then I may agree. Well, they haven't agreed, and they're out in the street rioting, and we see all that now. I'm going to get into that. We have several things that are interesting to talk about, but first, let's talk about Trump's cabinet picks. And I did some research, and my research was completed before today's news that Ben Carson has been picked as a cabinet position to lead the housing and urban development. So I have no comment on Ben Carson except that he's a great man, smart man, wonderful doctor, a skilled surgeon, and as far as I know, nothing against him except he is so soft-spoken he might get run over. That's the only thing I could say. I hope that is not true. However, let's look at what characters are now in the lineup. Of course, Chief of Staff, the Republican National Committee Chairman Reince Priebus. There's nothing conservative about this fellow. He's a party hack and an establishment GOP through and through. He's the old school. However, he saw the writing on the wall, the populism that pushed Trump to the fore, and he joined on that, and he stayed loyal to Trump. So I'll give him credit for that. While chairman of the Wisconsin Republican Party, Reince Priebus, I'm talking about, became an intimate of Representative Paul Ryan, who was our Speaker of the House. Not condemning that. They both live in the same state and they're both politicians. Okay, fair enough. But Paul Ryan is a big government globalist who believes in the open borders, amnesty, and supporting fake conservative candidates, and a big supporter of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Follow the money. Always follow the money. So there's a string there that can be picked up for anybody interested in watching that. In 2012, Priebus allowed Mitt Romney's campaign when he was in Minnesota to manipulate the primaries and discouraged Ron Paul supporters. Do we classify that as politics as usual? Well, yes, it's politics as usual, but it is corrupt. It's not fair. But it was composed mostly of younger crowd, the Ron Paul's people, just cutting their teeth in politics, civil libertarians from participating in an obviously rigged system. So both sides, the elites, I don't want to necessarily say Republican to Democrats. I already know the Democrats have gone to the dark side. They have accepted socialism in all of its flavors. The Republicans still claim to be conservatives, but they do not follow the conservative platform. They're in it for themselves. They're in it for big government. And this is an example of big government, even at the previous election. Priebus humiliated Ron Paul supporters on the convention floor in Tampa, Florida, when Romney fell short on election night to Barack Obama, who received 3.6 million fewer votes than he did in 2008. Priebus was part of the GOP establishment that blamed Ron Paul supporters and the Tea Party for not turning out. Okay, you got to blame somebody, not themselves. That's what Hillary's doing now. She's blaming everybody but herself. Okay, so much for Reince Priebus. Just make a note, he is a big establishment, big government politician. He's never been elected anything but party chairmanships. The chief White House strategist is the former Breitbart executive, Steve Bannon. Now, Steve Bannon was a military officer in the Navy for many years, a very smart man. He served in the 80s, in the 1970s and the 80s. He ended his military career as special assistant to the chief of naval operations at the Pentagon. Special assistant means he makes the coffee in the morning and sharpens the admiral's pencils. Basically, is what that means. From there, when he left the Navy, he joined Goldman Sachs, the supplier of all our secretaries of the Treasury, as an investment banker. Then he joined with several Goldman Sachs colleagues to form an investment bank that specialized in media matters. So is there some possibility of collusion here? I'm just saying these things. Keep your minds open. Make a note of the fact that all these people have stringers following them down the road like toilet paper on the bottom of your heel. Just keep these things in mind. More on Steve Bannon. After a deal that sold Castle Rock Entertainment to Ted Turner, by the way, Bannon himself became a Hollywood mogul, producing and financing films, and was a founding member of Breitbart. I have no complaint with any of that. Any man who can get in a job and make some money at it, I'm for it. That's free enterprise, that's capitalism, that's the American way. Breitbart.com and Breitbart Radio align with conservative thought on immigration and American firsters. So that's a plus side for Steve Bannon. And I'm not against any of these people. I'm just laying out the facts that have been exposed, and they're laying there for anybody and everybody who wants to look at them to read and understand. But, there's always a but. Bannon's Pentagon stint when he was an officer aide to the Chief of Naval Operations, and Breitbart's fear-mongering over Muslims and their promotion of neocons like John Bolton and Rudy Giuliani should give conservatives and non-interventionists pause. I do not subscribe to that idea. I think John Bolton would make a great Secretary of State. I think Giuliani would make a great Secretary of State. But I see Giuliani, Rudy Giuliani, he's got a mark, he's made it, he's highly respected in America. And you know, his age, he might not want to sit in that chair and start disassembling the Department of State just because he's tired, like a lot of us are, who's been through the Cold War and the mill. We're tired. Maybe we don't want to do that kind of stuff. And maybe that would be Rudy's, because Rudy could have had it a long time ago if he just asked for it. Now we're going through this. I think Romney is out. Romney was so hateful against Trump that it could not possibly be that Romney could be the Secretary of State. Let's talk about Trump's pick for Attorney General, Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama. Sessions, when he becomes Attorney General, will have a lot to say about illegal immigration and current immigration and how they are forced current immigration laws, which is good. That's what we want. That's why he's picked. But Sessions doesn't believe in privacy for you mountain people, and is a big promoter of the fake war on drugs. I have something to say on the fake war on drugs, or on the war on drugs, in one of my short takes. I might read it today or tomorrow. But Sessions, this summer, Sessions offered an amendment to the Electronic Communication Privacy Act reform bill that would bypass warrant requirements for assessing private data if the FBI deemed the information was needed for, quote, an emergency. The only emergency I could foresee is an emergency of national security. On that point and that point alone, I could agree with that assessment. I'm not against Sessions. I'm telling you this, but I'm for him, but he's dragging his baggage along with him. Also, last April, Sessions stated, and I read you a quote, "We need grown-ups in charge in Washington to say marijuana is not the kind of thing that ought to be legalized. It ought not be minimized. And that is, in fact, a very real danger." I will say more on that in my war on drugs issue. I am evolving myself in my years in law enforcement, particularly in the military. We did a lot of anti-drug stuff. I can talk about that. Marijuana was in the military, under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, any amount of marijuana was deemed a felony, and a sailor could be kicked out of the Navy for it. And I'm speaking for the Navy. It also applied to Army, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard. But I worked for the Navy. And so you find just a couple of flakes in the guy's pocket. Well, that's prima facie evidence that he had a joint in there. So he was kicked out of the Navy. Then the military went into this mode of socializing marijuana users. Well, if we kick everybody out, we won't have anybody in the Navy. So they started sending these guys to rehabilitation programs, costly rehabilitation programs. You get no work out of the individual, nothing at all. He's not doing his MOS, but he's sitting around in a barracks listening to lectures on the evils of marijuana. Finally, we had a chief of naval operations who came in, and he had this motto: not on my ship, not on my watch, not in my Navy. Two things. You have 2 warnings if you're a sailor. 2 warnings if you're a sailor about drug use. If you wear a brown suit, and that's chief petty officers and officers, you get no excuse. You have marijuana, you're out of the Navy immediately, your career is over. Well, some commanding officers at lower levels, they said, well, your first warning came when the chief of naval operations said you get 2 warnings. Don't use drugs. You use drugs one time, you're out. And very quickly, our drug problem disappeared in the Navy. It simply disappeared. We did not have a drug problem anymore because those people were kicked out of the Navy, and the Navy became a great force to work for. I enjoyed working. This is back in the 70s, in the 1970s. Well, anyway, I disagree with Brother Sessions on that, but as Attorney General, Sessions will likely target and destroy the budding marijuana industry springing up in the war on drugs, will grow, leading to increasingly militarized criminal organization as well as federal and local police forces. And now it's time for us to non-criminalize our sponsors and look about buying pizza and fixing cars. So time for our break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado crew cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Well, welcome back. George McClellan, Georgia's Hour at FetchYourNews.com, North Georgia's only live online internet TV talk show. And I finished the last segment with talking about Attorney General Jeff Sessions. He will likely target and destroy the budding marijuana industry springing up. And the war on drugs will continue, leading to increasingly militarized criminal organizations as well as federal and local police. And how interesting is that? Before I read that, I have already written one of my short takes, one of my essays on losing the war on drugs, which I will finish up in the next, read to you in the next segment. And it encompasses just the opposite of what this man thinks. So let's move on. I mentioned Ben Carson will be Housing and Urban Development Secretary. Ben's a wonderful man, but he has no executive experience by his own admission at that level. Human Health and Human Services Secretary, Representative Tom Price. A great choice. Leaves a space open here in Georgia for a new congressman, but and Tom Price was a vocal opponent of Obamacare. he is one of the few Republicans who put forth a plan, and most of that plan is in the hands of Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House, with which to replace, and they can enact it almost immediately, the Unaffordable No Care Act. But think about it. His plan is a government solution rather than a free market one. And that's all I can say about it. It is a government solution rather than a free market one. In 2013, Price claimed his plan was designed to control costs, solve the problem of portability and pre-existing conditions, and improve the health care delivery structure. In other words, more central planning. And that's where plans go awry, is when government gets involved in the free market. The difference is it's a Republican plan rather than a Democrat central planning plan. Price is a longtime confidant of Paul Ryan, serving on his Jedi Council since 2008. I like that, the Jedi Council. Anyway, Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao. To the appointment of Chao, we say, wow. I love it. Chao is the wife of Senate Minority Leader, and they call him a turtle, Mitch McConnell, and a former member of the cabinet of Bush, and Bush, the last Bush, as the Labor Secretary. She is a longtime Republican insider, former banker, serving at the Bank of America's Capital Markets Group, and she served with Citicorp, and after her stint under Bush on the board of directors of Wells Fargo, a large bank, mega bank, now recently exposed for padding their score, so to speak, creating false accounts. That has been taken care of, or is being taken care of internally, with the government Attorney General watching. This was obviously nothing more than a bone to McConnell, her selection, and the bankster class to ensure Trump's cabinet picks sail through the Senate. That may be. We'll watch out for that. Nothing against Chao. She has no dark baggage clinging to her except her marriage to an idiot. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, a billionaire herself, from her and her husband created the sales program that was very lucrative. As a campaigner, Trump repeatedly said Common Core has been a total disaster, and he would get rid of it if he landed in the White House. So he promptly named DeVos, Betsy, a staunch Common Core advocate, to head up the education department. Let's hope she has changed her mind. She says she has. DeVos claimed in a tweet following her nomination that she opposed Common Core. Well, that's a surprise, because DeVos is, or was, a board member of Jeb Bush's Common Core Supporting Education Foundation and one of his biggest donors. So just keep your mind on that. Keep your mind on that. She is closely aligned with Lamar Alexander, Senator, who pushed a bill giving the federals greater control over local school board decisions. Well, who wants that? I want my decisions to come out of my local school board right here in this community. I don't need the Department of Education telling me or this community how the school should be run. It's not their job. And it's not even in the Constitution. Where'd that come from? Oh, Jimmy Carter, that's where it came from. She is closely aligned. Jeb Bush praised Trump's choice of DeVos, saying she was an outstanding pick. Former Michigan State Representative Tom McMillan told Truth in America Education that DeVos was one of the, quote, main leaders defending Common Core when he was fighting it in the legislature. In 2013, he said he knew she was strongly supportive of Common Core and high-stakes testing. Okay, there's several people who are saying that she's probably not the right pick if you want to get government out of education. Now, the problem here is one of Reagan's promises was to close down the Department of Education, and he couldn't do it. but he attacked it from the wrong way, I think. What the Secretary of Education should really do is just start defunding that organization from the top down, sending out pink slips, and let atrophy take over that in 4 years. That organization can shrivel up and die because it doesn't have any money. Start getting rid of people that don't even need a government job. Let them go back into the private community. A person with a PhD and is only an educator, if you can't do the job, then you teach the job. So that's what we have there. Another one I'd like to talk about. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, I hope I said that right, Trump's campaign national finance chairman. Mnuchin worked at Goldman Sachs for 17 years and then moved on to One West Bank, which got into legal troubles over home foreclosures during the 2008 crash. Now, in his defense, I will say the home closures was the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac disaster. They're both at the point of bankruptcy, and those two groups should absolutely be closed down. Government does not need to be loaning money to anybody. And they were dictating who got loans, and banks like One West Bank were forced to give loans to people who didn't have jobs because they were minorities or they were underprivileged or poor or some other thing. So I'll give him credit for that. At least he knows what happened. One judge overseeing his proceedings called the bank's tactics harsh, repugnant, and repulsive. We all know that. We all accept that. But that doesn't mean that Mnuchin actually was responsible for it. Mnuchin, like most bankers, and like Trump as well, have a history of political contributions to leftists, including Hillary Clinton. That's to pay for play. If you don't support Clinton, or didn't, you got no recognition whatsoever, and you'd be in the wilderness for a term. Former Goldman CEO and Treasury Secretary under Bush II, Hank Paulson, who helped engineer the bank bailout, applauded Mnuchin's nomination. In 2007, Paulson said the housing market was at or near the bottom, and the economy was very healthy and robust. The next year, the Great Recession began and ushered in the era of Obama. Government playing with our money is one of the reasons why we had that recession. Let the economy take care of itself. It will. It's buy and sell. It's provide demand and supply, and as simple as that. Let me see, who's Wilbur Ross? Oh, Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, straight out of Rothschild, Inc. Rothschild, billionaire investor, specialist in leveraged and distressed buyouts, nothing wrong with that, and at making a killing of the Federal Reserve asset roller coaster, that's negative ETFs. I do that. That's part of my investment plan, and I make some money at negative ETFs. Ross was a member of the Wall Street Society Kappa Beta Phi, which they call secret, made up of high-powered financial wizards. Maybe the swamp's not being drained after all, according to this writer. Perhaps does he go to Davos, Switzerland every year for that big conclave? I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. Other members of that secret society, the Kappa Beta Phi, include Robert Rubin, a familiar name, John Cozine, and he made off with $6 billion, this is sitting out there, of investors' money. John Whitehead, a graduate of Yale and Harvard, of course. Ross's net worth is about $2.9 billion, a longtime Trump friend who helped Trump hang on to his properties during the last crash. Got no problem with that. I have no problem with that. As long as there were not criminal proceedings, they can spend their money any way they want to save themselves anyway. They saved thousands of jobs, by the way. Trump vowed to drain the swamp. Did the voters understand that to mean replacing the swamp water with sewer water and alligators with crocodiles? interesting take on that. It is evident, however, that Goldman Sachs will continue to run the U.S. government's treasury with an assist by the Council on Foreign Relations. The Council on Foreign Relations, we'll discuss that more in the future. But the more things change, it would appear, the more they stay the same. And that finances is a big problem that will occur in this country. And speaking of finances, it's time to pay for this hour. So we will go to a few words from our sponsors.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Days ahead. When Days Chevrolet in Jasper gives thanks, we give big. With over 20% off MSRP on remaining 2016 models and savings up to $10,000. New Silverado crew cabs from just $31,900. Or get 20% off MSRP plus Days discounts on 2016 Malibus. Now just $18,900. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to Georgia's Hour, the final segment at fetchingnews.com. This is North Georgia's only live internet talk show. Georgia's on from 10 to 11, Monday through Thursday. And I'll be here tomorrow, and we'll continue the discussions. I wanted to talk about this marijuana business, and now is a good time as any to get to it. Jeff Sessions said we need grown-ups in charge in Washington to say marijuana is not the kind of thing that ought to be legalized. It ought not to be minimized. That it is in fact a very real danger. I agree with the last part of that statement. It is said that he will probably target and destroy the budding marijuana industry. Okay, here is my take on that. And my essay is called Losing the War on Drugs. The push is on to legalize marijuana in America, and a few states have already complied with the demand. They are in violation of federal law, specifically the Harrison Narcotics Tax Act. The Harrison Narcotics Tax Act was approved by Congress on 17 December 1914, 102 years ago. It involved a special tax on all persons who produce, import, manufacture, compound, deal in, dispense, sell, distribute, or give away opium or coca leaves, their salts, derivatives, or preparations, and for other purposes, to include marijuana. State and communities who permit the growing, sale, and manufacturing of marijuana products do so in violation of this act. The Controlled Substance Act is Title II of the Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act of 1970. It is the legal foundation upon which the government's fight against the abuse of drugs and other substances, in other words, the war on drugs, is waged. The Controlled Substance Act is the statute prescribing U.S. federal drug policy under which the manufacture, importation, possession, use, and distribution of certain substances is regulated in an effort to categorize related drugs based on their potential for abuse. And we call these the Schedule I drugs, Schedule II drugs, Schedule III drugs, how abusive they are. Here's where I take an exception. However, the war on drugs has exceeded its original intent, fostering the growth of organized crime, causing the militarization of our police departments that are now filling up our prisons with nonviolent offenders, as well as providing excuses for the unconstitutional confiscation of a person's money and property by the law enforcers. This action is unconstitutionally protected by law. Government grows on itself, and so long as a law exists allowing government to felonize simple marijuana use, the social fabric of America will be further weakened than it is today. 2, local police conducting actions contrary to the Fourth and the Fifth Amendments of the Constitution are basically moving away from their original mission, which is to protect and serve. The federal law enforcement bureaucracy has grown exponentially as a result, spending more and more of taxpayer money just to stay in business. Alarmed at the soaring cost of drug enforcement, states have allowed police departments to confiscate people's cash and property, often on manufactured pretext, so as to help defray the cost of the people's subjugation. They also buy tanks and armored recreational vehicles. The Harrison Narcotics Tax Act is, in fact, a tax act. It should be enforced that way. I see as a suitable enforcement solution an idea that utilizes the singular fact that it is a tax. For example, an officer stops a driver for erratic driving, and it turns out he is under the influence of marijuana. He's arrested. Same as a drunk driver besotted with alcohol, a legal substance, mind you. And he is taken to jail. That's normal procedure. Here's the enforcement difference. The arresting officer should also demand of the arrestee proof that he paid his tax. If he's got a bag of marijuana there should be a tax stamp on it. Lacking that proof, the offender would face an additional and separate offense, tax evasion, a job for the local tax department to work out. A drunk driver will have already paid tax on his bottle of alcohol, unless it's moonshine, of course. So why cannot this same enforcement action be applied to the marijuana user as well? They're going to use it. It's out there. It grows wild. It can be harvested by anybody in any place at any time. Jeff Sessions is not going to stamp it out. He's only going to increase the social problem. Finally, every police investigation into the growing of marijuana should include on the team the tax officer, not SWAT teams. It's time to think out of the box. This damn war on drugs is stealing away our rights and our liberties. They must be protected. Note, I only speak about marijuana, even though all evidence shows it does cause lasting harm on users' minds. But I'll speak more on this later. But remember, freedom is the goal and the Constitution is the way. That's my piece on, and I have evolved over the years, 43 years in law enforcement, and I have evolved. I see no changes, nothing good coming out of the war on drugs. But I see bad coming out of the war on drugs. Now, importations across the border out of Mexico are occasioned by violent drug gangs, the M13 gang, for example. They're violent, and they're in our cities, and they kill people just so they can sell their drugs to our children. We need to think out of the box. The war on drugs, 102 years old, the Harrison narcotics tax, that's got to be reviewed and redone and brought up to modern standards. The Constitution doesn't. It fits, it works, and that's what we should be. That's what we should be using. But the mechanisms, they're out of control. And when our police department is out of control, they become a local Gestapo, and we cannot have that. We cannot have a peaceful America when that is happening. We've got too many other problems coming our way too. The Islam, the jihadists, and I'll talk about that and the relationship with our police as well in future shows. Let's consider what is going on here. The Harrison Tax Act is a tax act. It has nothing in there that allows the militarization of our police department. Government has no business selling armored vehicles, old military armored vehicles to police departments. We got to think out of the box. I've got 5 minutes. Last Friday, I talked about, and I want to finish it up now. In the few minutes I have, we talked about the blocking our highways. I mean, these losers who don't like Trump cannot accept that Trump won the nomination for president to be president, and so now they're taking their protests in college campuses, safe spaces, snowflakes, drawing cartoons and painting picture books. But let me finish up on that. What is to stop jihadists, for example, or leftists, bombing and breaking down our methods of travel, our supply routes, based on the premise that we right-wingers might set up IEDs using tannerite to terrorize road networks. That's what they're going to do. We don't do it. Our side doesn't do that. We've already seen something like this, but not from the right wing. The leftists are notorious for building human walls across major roads in order to shut them down. They will do this with increased frequency and violence come spring when winter winds die down. Leftists can't stand the cold, which is why they all live near beaches, and that's why the left and the left coast and the east coast have so many voters for Hillary in it. Communists like to disrupt supply chains and production. They know this is the quickest path to instigating mass panic. We already are alerted that the Muslims intend, the ISIS, or whoever's controlling that lot, intend to have mass demonstrations, bombings, killings in America on Trump's inauguration day. Now, if you haven't read that in the press, go to Jihad Watch on your internet. Sign up for that, and you'll be shocked about what's going on around the world with these people. That's where that news is. It can be argued that right-wingers, and that would be people who support the Constitution, might adopt the methods of ISIS in their bid to maintain supremacy, which is, well, we just did. We voted the communists out. Obama's shown the door. Hillary's become an alcoholic, if she wasn't already one, uncontrollable, which it is extraordinarily absurd that somebody would make a claim like that. If you know anything at all about conservatives, we do not rise up and burn down churches and shoot people. Every church that has been burnt by a person who is associated with that church, trying to make a statement, trying to make our side look bad. It goes on and on and on. But the left has shown time and again that their affinity for Islamic extremism, and they tend to openly defend it and publicly defended. One would think that all social justice feminists and gay rights groups would view the Muslim world as a carnival of horrors, being that in almost any Muslim-controlled nation on the planet, they would be enslaved or precipitated from the rooftops of tall buildings, or they could be stoned to death. But no, instead, leftists will champion mass Muslim immigration without even a second thought. And that's what Obama's doing. Trump's going to put an end to it. He said he would. Understand that forced Muslim immigration standards in Europe and in the U.S. are a product of global elitism and fall exactly under the Cloward Piven plan of Marxist inclusion. The elites like to use incompatible cultures as a tool to destabilize target societies. America is now targeted. The leftists are also more than happy to go along with this program because the left is inherently weak when it comes to direct confrontation, and many progressives secretly enjoy the idea of having their own hitmen, that would be Muslim extremists and Black Lives Matter types, on speed dial just in case. Who do you think is assassinating our policemen as they sit in their patrol cars at night on the street? It's not conservatives. It's not wild-eyed, rabid NRA holders. Nowhere, ever does that happen. And anyway, I've hit the end of my hour. It's 11 o'clock. You have a good day out there. Enjoy the rest of the rain that's coming. Go out and play in the rain if it doesn't get too cold. It's definitely not snowing. It's a great time to live in North Georgia. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 o'clock. This is George McClellan saying, go get 'em.